Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my finished top that I showed you in the last video. I'm finally done with it and it came out so good. I know you guys saw that intro and you want to see how I did it. So definitely stay tuned and keep watching so you can see me sewing and finishing up the final parts of this top. I had a lot of fun making it and I'm really excited because now I feel like I have a nice staple piece in my wardrobe. And if you do decide to make this top yourself, I definitely think it's versatile and you can make it in different colors, your own fun prints that you might like. Just having this kind of top in your wardrobe I think will really elevate it, and I think everyone should have a top like this. So if you want to see how I finished making and designing this top, definitely keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment what you guys like about this video and if you want to see more videos like this. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get straight into the sewing. Right now I'm laying out all of the pieces that I draped from earlier that you guys saw on my dress form. So after I lay them out, I'm going to pin everything down and cut it out. I'm planning to use this as the piece that's going to be underneath this fabric. Since this fabric is more sheer, I feel like it's going to be really nice if I make it doubled with this satin piece under it. So that's the goal. So I'm going to cut out the satin pieces first, and then I'm going to cut out the pieces from this sheer fabric. Normally what I would say is that when you do this, you should iron your pieces so that it's more flat and you get the most precise cutting, because I'm going to be cutting with scissors. I'm not cutting with my rotary this time. So actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to iron these pieces and then I'm going to come back and pin everything and cut everything out. Okay guys, so I'm back and I ironed everything, or sorry, I'm rambling. I ironed the muslin fabrics and now I'm going to pin everything down and cut it, and then I'm going to iron the satin after I cut everything, even though I probably should iron it before, but I'm gonna do it after I cut everything. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna cut, like I said, from this sheer chiffon. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. But yeah, this is gonna be a pretty easy sewing day, because then all I have to do is sew the satin to the sheer fabric that I'm going to be doing, and then sew along all of the lines. So I should be able to finish this top today. I also forgot to mention, because I was just about to make a mistake, so for my pattern pieces I draped everything around the whole body. So I do not need to cut this on a fold because I only need to cut one of everything. So I was about to do that completely wrong. That would have been horrible. So I'm opening up the fabric. And then I'm going to lay the pattern pieces down and cut like that, because then I would have had two of everything and I do not need 2 of everything. I only need 1 of everything. So make sure when you're cutting, if you decide to make this top as well, that you open up your fabric so you don't make that mistake. Sewing delicate fabrics, which would be like satin, chiffon, organza, is that you should use lots of pins so that when you're cutting your pattern pieces or you're cutting your muslin pieces out on the final fabric, nothing's moving. Personally, I love using straight pins just because they're really easy to use or work with compared to the ball pins. I just find them a lot better. And also when you're sewing, they just are a lot better than the ball pins in my opinion. I mostly use the ball pins for like, honestly, I don't use the ball pins as much anymore now that I think about it. So you guys should just get yourself a pair or a box of straight pins. On top of that, I also highly recommend ironing your fabric. I really should have ironed before I cut everything out and pinned it down, but I ironed my muslin fabric, but I didn't iron the actual final fabric I was cutting on. So I would definitely highly recommend to iron your fabric because it makes it a lot easier when you're cutting and you know that everything is precise how it is. Since I've been doing this for a long time, I sort of get lazy at some points, but I need to practice that more. So iron your fabric. So now I'm cutting on this sheer chiffon fabric and I'm gonna do a little bit of pattern matching. So this is just a tip if you're ever cutting on a fabric that has a print on it. If you want to pattern match it, and by pattern matching, that's basically having it so that when it's worn, the pattern looks seamless and it looks as if it's like all across the body. So with that, I'm really just making sure the pattern pieces are close together and I'm cutting it in the way of which I'm going to be wearing it. So I have this, I have the side back first, and then I have the side front, and then I have the center front, and then on the other side I'm going to have the center back, the side back, and the side front, so that when I wear it, it's going to have this whole piece right here as if it was seamless across my top. So that's just one way to pattern match. And if you guys want a more in-depth video on how to pattern match, I can also do a video on that. So after finally cutting everything out, this project is basically almost done. Right now I'm just taking off the muslin pieces that I pinned down as my pattern pieces, and I'm going to just sew everything. The first step that I did was sewing the chiffon fabric to the satin fabric so that that is just one piece when I'm sewing. There's another way you could do this, but I thought this would be the best way for me to do this kind of top that I'm doing. And then after I do that, all I need to do is sew around the entire pieces So following just like the 1/2 inch seam allowance that I cut out. And I did that for all 6 pieces. And then after that, all I had to do was sew each of the pieces together, which was literally just straight lines. And then from there, I hemmed everything and I cleaned up the edges so that it's not just like raw string inside of the shirt. There's so many different options for finishings that you can choose from. This was just the easiest one that I wanted to do, but there's also like French seam, overstitched seam, mock French seams, but definitely look those up, and I can also do videos on each of those if you want to learn more about other finishings for when you're doing projects like these. Okay, so I finally finished sewing all of it together and look how beautiful it looks. I love this so much, and I think I did really well with like making the patterns somewhat align in a way where it looks like seamless. So I'm super proud of this. So my next steps would be hemming everything, and then I'm going to finish the raw edges on the inside, and then I just have to add the eyelets. So I think the best decision would probably be to do the raw edges on the inside first, and then I'm gonna hem everything, and then we finish with the eyelets. I'm super excited to see how this is gonna turn out and how I'm gonna style it. Stay tuned to see the finished results. This was definitely a beginner level project, so anyone that's interested in sewing and wants to find something easy to start with, I would definitely recommend doing a project like this. And if you do happen to end up making a shirt like this as well, I would love to see it. If you guys post on Instagram or anything, you should definitely tag me or share with me the kind of tops you end up making if you make something like how I did in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have been enjoying my sewing videos. I've really been enjoying doing videos like these, and I want to continue to make more projects like these and document them to show you guys that sewing isn't as scary as people may think it is. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!